Welcome to Tuff and Tender, a soap opera that you love to watch. It is a soap opera kind of. I'm Ric Drasin, your host, along with my beautiful co-host, Inna Tuler.
Hello, everybody.
And we're here to talk about friendship today. We've done divorce, and we've done marriage, and we've done everything you can think of. But today, friendship, because friendship is a very important thing in our life, right?
Absolutely.
Because we are friends besides everything else, right?
We are.
We just took a friendly trip to San Diego.
Very friendly.
And it was so nice. So we want to talk about friendship and how it deals with us and the people outside of us and families and relatives and everything that goes in the ball of wax, right? So let's talk about number one. Friendship is a stronger form of interpersonal bond than association. What does that actually mean?
Well, friendship gets developed. Friendship starts somewhere from association. You know, you meet someone, you don't know who they are. So it's like meet and greet. Hi, my name is. Mm-hmm. And then it goes through different stages. It gets through stages of bonding, stages of continuation, and then you get into that very close relationship that becomes to be friendship.
But isn't that based on trust?
Trust is one of the first levels of the friendship. It's a relationship. It's basically not a relationship, but the friendship, it's much more closer than any kind of relationship. It's a bond.
Yeah. And
it's built on trust and belonging.
It says a World Happiness Database study showed that people with close friendships are happier. I truly believe that.
Yeah.
When you have close friendships, you have support. You have people around you you want to be close to. And it does make you a happier person than a person who has enemies all day. I've seen plenty of people that have enemies wherever they go.
Well, you have a friend for a reason. You build friendships for a reason. First of all, you belong to a group.
Okay.
Okay, you have somebody that will listen to you without judging you. Mm-hmm. You have someone to cry on a shoulder. You have someone to associate with you, help you out. You have somebody to learn from. You know, it's an exchange of experience. Okay. You learn from friends. So when you're not alone, you're happier. And when you do it with the close friends, it will keep you maybe not always happy, but content in a lot of ways. Okay,
this isn't one of the questions. It just came to me. You have friends until the weekend comes along. And you look for someone to do with on, say, a Friday night. Say you're off with your daughter and I'm home and I'm trying to think of something to do. And I'm looking for someone to go eat dinner with and try to call one of my friends. 9 times out of 10, I can't get any of my friends to do anything. The ones that are married have their wives. The ones that are single, they don't want to go out. What do you do in a case like that? I mean, you have friends, but these friends don't want to move off the couch. When I was wrestling, I went to my hometown one night. They had asked me for years, when are you going to come up here? When are you going to come up here? So I came up there, I wrestled on a Saturday night. I called 10 guys, said, come on down and watch me, it's free. And then we'll go out afterwards. Out of the 10, 2 showed up. Now these were friends from childhood. And I felt like I really was let down. Like, you really let me down. When you wanted me here, I drove an hour and a half, and then you don't even come out of your house.
You know, it's very complicated and it's very complex. You know, friendship against friendship. What is friendship?
Yeah.
You know, are those really your friends? Or they're just associates,
right.
Or somebody that you know that you maybe you want to be friends with, but they're not really your friends. You don't have the same beliefs, you don't have the same routines, you don't have the same interests. You know those people, and you would like to socialize with them, but they're not really your friends. They're not standing by there anytime you want them to be.
Right.
Same thing with your friends from whenever you went to Bakersfield, I believe.
Yeah.
You prefer. So you know, you moved away. Okay, so little by little, your interests started to change.
This is true.
They sometimes develop jealousy.
That was another thing I was going to bring up, because what happens is you evolve in a different direction. You move out of a smaller town to a bigger city. This was actually one of my questions towards the end on here. Okay. You move to a bigger city and you improve your lifestyle, because it's like a fish in a small pond stays small, but you put them in a bigger pond, he gets bigger. Like my turtles, they were small until I put them in a big aquarium, and all of a sudden they grew to the size of the aquarium. So when you move to a bigger city, you grow to the size of the city, if you allow that.
They stay behind. They have the same routine, they have the same job forever, they have the mentality of the smaller town.
Right.
You are out, you have a different life. Your life is bigger, you have different friends, you have bigger friends, your vision is bigger. Maybe you're richer, maybe you are, you know, out there doing stuff that they wanted always to do and never had the balls to do it.
Yeah.
So they develop that little jealousy. Oh, you're too good for us type of deal.
Yeah.
So that splits you and them, and now suddenly you maybe you were friends in the beginning,
Yeah.
and you had, you played outside together and, and climbed trees and stuff, but now you're completely different people, completely different lives.
It's not that you change, though. I mean, people look at you when you move away, and while you're on TV and you're doing stuff, they think, oh, he's changed, he's a Hollywood superstar now. And really, you're the same person that's reaching out to your old friends,
But
say,
they
come on,
don't
let's
know.
still be friends, let's still be
They
friends.
don't know. The real friends,
Yeah.
real friends will always gonna stay friends, and you cannot see them for 10 years, 15 years, and then the next time you see them, you like never separated.
Right, right.
So those people will always be there, but the majority, you can't really call them friends. They were there at the moment.
They're acquaintances.
They're acquaintances. They ate in the same diner. They went to the same school. They maybe
Yeah.
even play in the same gym with you.
That's true.
But you can't call them friends, and this is why comes Friday, you don't always have somebody to go dinner with, because they're not really your friends.
I have to eat all by myself. Oh,
Yeah.
so sad. But I get home in time to watch TV. All right, forms of friendship include affection, sympathy, empathy, honesty, altruism, mutual compassion, mutual understanding and compassion, enjoyment of each other's company, trust, and the ability to be oneself, express one's feelings, and make mistakes without fear of judgment from a friend.
That basically explains what friendship is.
Yeah.
Love is fun. It's another form of friendship.
Love is number one.
Yes. Well, and you get lucky when you find a friend in a person that you love.
Absolutely.
It could be the other way around, but it's actually, it could be one.
Absolutely. It makes a huge
One
difference
whole
in a
piece.
relationship when you're
Yes.
friends too. We went away together, and you're my best friend. And I'm your best friend, right?
Yes. Well, yeah, because we like this one says. I mean, we share common interest.
Yeah.
Okay, we come from same kind of a similar backgrounds.
Right.
We have very involved common feelings towards each other, and we want to do same things. We enjoy similar things, so that.
Right. We had different
think alike.
occupations, but the different occupations did not get in the way. They kind of blended together.
Well, that comes to understanding.
Yes.
And this is where friendship kicks in.
Right.
Okay, I'm your friend. I understand what you do.
Right.
You may be doing something completely different from what I'm doing. I do construction. You do entertainment.
Okay.
Think about it, right?
Yeah.
But I comprehend it. I understand it. I support it.
Right.
Okay.
By the same token, I do too.
Exactly. So that builds a friendship.
It does, because
Partnership.
You get a complete understanding of what each person does, and I understand your business now more than ever, as you understand mine and the pitfalls that go with it, and we support each other through the highs and lows of it, because there is always going to be a couple low spots here and there, and it's important to have that support from your friend there. Now, there's other friends who don't want to hear it. They all dwell on their problems. They just walk away, and their problems are 24/7, and you try to talk to them, but you can't ever get anywhere with them. But you can do what you do.
And again, friendship. Even friends can take advantage of a friendship.
Yeah.
The friends until it's convenient for them.
Right.
And you need to invest into friendship, like you need to invest in any relationship, any partnership, any relationship, marriage, or anything. You need to invest in friendship. It takes time, it takes commitment, and you need to be there for your friend, just the same as he was for you.
Right.
So a lot of friends, let's say two girls were friends, right? And then one suddenly gets a boyfriend, and then the friendship.
Oh, I hear this. I hear this from my daughter
all the time, right?
Yeah, same thing.
So what happened?
I hear the
What
same
happened?
thing.
What
She's
do
with
you
her
do?
boyfriend. She's with her boyfriend. I'm here alone. I can't get anybody to do anything.
Yeah.
But this is what happens. I mean, to get in a relationship and you want to be with that person,
Yeah, and you invested in this relationship,
Exactly.
so you really wanted something back. I mean, life goes on, and we need to kind of find a way to
Right.
to find that time for our friends. But we really don't shouldn't ignore them or not giving them the time of the
We
day.
talked about this, about the small town moving larger city, and then sometimes you outgrow your friends by evolving. We talked about that as well. But when you do evolve, for example, if I've evolved into something, then, and I said right here, why does friends change when you move to a larger city, their attitude towards you? Because you've advanced yourself. But you want to bring them into it and show them, look, here's what I'm doing. Come be a part of this. Like when I went up to that town to wrestle, and it was a big audience, there was like 500 people. I wanted them to come watch what I do. Come down and watch. This is what I do for a living. I know what you do because I've been here with you. And now come participate in what I do and have fun, and then I'll take you guys all out to eat. But they only two, like I said, only 2 out of 10 showed.
They're afraid.
I think
They
so.
might be afraid. They might be afraid of experiencing something new. People don't like changes.
Yeah.
They're afraid of changes, and those things could be part of changes.
Right.
Maybe their spouses don't want them to, because they're afraid that they might find something better than what they experience in their town.
That's very true. Yeah.
And you know how spouses can influence each
Well,
other.
this is not on our topic thing right now, but I'll tell you something. This is happening. You might want to get some of this. When I was starting wrestling, I had a friend that I worked out with, and I brought him down to train with me at the Olympic Auditorium for one training session for wrestling. His wife left him and moved and said, nope, I don't want you as a wrestler. He said, I don't want for one training class. He had to move to San Jose to get away from me because she didn't want me around, because she thought I was influencing him to go into a profession that she didn't want him to do, which wasn't the case at all. I just took him down for the day with me.
Yeah.
So she was threatened by the fact that I took him away into something that she
Exactly.
didn't understand.
It could be a threat.
Right.
So you need to understand that. You need to kind of put yourself in their shoes.
Yeah.
Don't judge that.
Right.
Because this is what they are. This is what they know for their lives. And suddenly something new comes in town, and there's like, oops, what if? And that what if keeps them,
Right. And you try to save those friendships, but you can't always do it. You just do your best, and it can be disappointing. Let's pop up number 7 there, Vincent. Just a little. I can't read that. Oh, this is one that we talked about. Can you ever be friends with your ex, or why does it have to be an all or nothing situation? We just had this conversation.
Go ahead, tell me.
Well, I'm friends with one of my exes, but it's been 35 years since, and there's no threat of anything intervening our relationship.
Yes.
There's no undermining going on.
I don't know. You friends, or you more like feeling a brother and a sister kind of thing?
Well, brother and sister friends.
Kind of family, yes.
Yeah, kind of family, yeah. But I mean, in a lot of instances, being friends with your ex is kind of hard because there's a jealousy factor still, especially when it's fresh.
Well, it really depends. I mean, if one breaks up with another, and there's still love involved from one side, being friends being friends is really difficult because one still wants to be back.
Yeah.
And one's, ready to move on.
Right.
So being friends really not going to help,
Okay.
or not going to happen.
Yeah.
They're going to have to really detach themselves at some point and ready to move on, and then they can come back and form some sort of a friendship if it's really relevant at that point.
Right.
Now, as far as ex-wife, ex-husband, like I mentioned before, if you live together for 40 years, 50 years, and you kind of grew apart, but you didn't really argue about anything or didn't fight about anything, you just grew apart and you decided together mutually that it's time to move on.
Well, you quit the job, you got a new employer, basically.
Yeah, but
you left that company, you went to a new company.
You did not burn the bridges. So in
Right.
that particular instance, yes, you can be friends.
Okay.
But if one still wants to be back and one still wants, the ex back, then it's not going to be a friendship. It's going to be really difficult.
Yeah, there's going to be some undermining and things going on that you don't want to happen.
It's a different agenda.
So you have to recognize it.
There are signs.
Yeah.
There are signs. If you go to.
You mean like when the phone rings at 3 o'clock in the morning?
When the phone rings at 3 o'clock in the morning, you get too many phone calls from your ex for whatever reason, just because.
Yeah.
If you go to places and you bump into your ex, incidentally, 1, twice, it's fine. But if you bump into, it's like almost every time there's an issue.
Yeah.
If they know too much about your daily routine, or where you're going, where you've been, what you've done, what you feel.
Those are road signs.
Be suspicious.
Yeah.
It's one-sided, definitely.
Well, I totally agree with you. But now the tip of the week is you can pick your friends and you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. No, I mean, the tip of the week is, I don't know where to go with this, because friends are friends. You make new friends all the time. I'm always making new friends. And I have old friends, and I want to be friends with my old friends as well. My new friends, they bring new things to the conversation and new conversation. My old friends still talk about, when I talk to them, how's the weather down there, and that's about it. They don't know what to talk to me about because they're not doing what I'm doing.
Because you don't have mutual interests.
You don't have mutual
anymore.
interests, that's right. But there is still a bond from childhood, so to speak. So
yeah,
to a certain degree. So you keep them as friends. Keep them aware of what you're doing. Hopefully they'll come about and visit you once in a while, and not just drive by your house. They're 200 miles away and just keep on going. And your new friends, you can pick and choose who you want to be around. You pick those that have something in common that you enjoy being with.
You can have friends, you can have associates or acquaintances, or
Yes.
But you probably want to have one soulmate at least.
Do I have one?
I think you do.
Yeah.
But a soulmate and a friend, I think it's like the ultimate.
That's the ultimate.
That's the ultimate.
Well, thank you for watching today, Tough and Tender, with Inna Tuler and Ric Drasin. And we'll be here next Friday, I believe, at 1 p.m. again, right?
1 p.m.
And what's our topic next week?
Our topic next week is jealousy.
Oh, boy.
So we would like to get some questions from all of you.
Right. If you want to write in and send us some questions, we'll be happy to answer them.
Yes.
Jealousy is a huge factor in friendship. It can either make it or break it.
In any kind of relationship.
Exactly. And as we close, we'll see you next week. And stay tuned for what?
Traffic, weather, and local news.
Coming up next. Hi, I'm Ric Drasin, Tough and Tender. I'm here to answer all your questions on dating, relationships, the good side, the tough side, the tender side. Every Friday, 1 p.m. on emPOWERMe.tv. I'd love for you to subscribe. I'll be here. We'll be discussing relationships and dating and all the good, the bad, the pitfalls, and the ugly of it. Stay tuned and watch me next Friday, 1 p.m. emPOWERMe.tv. Subscribe now.